Today we're taking a look at these NHL matches, which are happening on Tuesday, April 11th, 2023, and giving you our team and total picks for today. Welcome back to High Stakes. Before we dive into our video, don't forget to subscribe and to push the notification bell so you don't miss any of our videos. Also check out our Patreon if you want access to our premium picks. Our Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money, and if you are interested in props and parlay picks, check out our new channel High Stakes Props and Parlays, where you can find our player props and parlay picks predictions. You will find the link to our Patreon and to our new channel in the description and comment section below. Chicago Blackhawks vs Pittsburgh Penguins. The Penguins are heavily favored, but trying to keep their playoff hopes alive, I see them putting together one of their best performances of the season. The Penguins, who average 3.21 goals per game, should find the back of the net at will with Sidney Crosby, Jake Guentzel, and the rest of the forward unit carrying the puck into the offensive zone and creating open shots with great puck movement. The Penguins should limit a Blackhawks offense that averages only 2.42 goals per game, with Brian Dumoulin, Jeff Petrie, and the rest of the defensive unit stepping up at the blue line and cutting off angles to the net on the rush and limiting shooting lanes, allowing goaltender Tristan Jarry to make plenty of big saves. The Penguins should win the game and cover the spread in a dominant win on their home ice. Our team pick is Penguins minus 2.5 points. The defense and goaltending have both struggled for the Blackhawks this season. They rank 27th in goals against per game and 28th in shots against per game. Pittsburgh has been hot on offense recently. The Pens scored 4 or more goals in 6 of their last 10 games. Desperate for a win, Pittsburgh will light the lamp on Chicago. This will be a higher scoring game and the over will hit. Take the over, 6 goals. Winnipeg Jets vs Minnesota Wild. Minnesota is on the back end of a back-to-back. They were a minus 240 favorite in their previous game, and they covered the minus 1.5 puck line by defeating the Chicago Blackhawks 4-2. Marcus Johansson scored twice and had an assist. Matt Boldy scored a goal and had an assist. Philip Gustafsson was sharp in the net, stopping 40 out of 42 shots faced. Winnipeg has won 4 of their last 5 games, and they are fighting to hold their wild card position. Minnesota has lost 3 of their last 5 games, and they have already clinched a playoff spot. The defense and goaltending have been very good for Winnipeg this season. The Jets rank 10th in goals against per game and 10th in shots against per game. The Wild rank 24th in goals per game and 18th in shots per game. While Minnesota has won all 3 meetings between the two teams this season, it will be very difficult for them to win 4 straight against a good Jets team. Desperate for a win, Winnipeg will win this matchup. Take Winnipeg on the money line. Both teams have been good on defense and have both received good goaltending. The Wild rank 4th in goals against per game and 17th in shots against per game. The Jets rank 10th in goals against per game and 10th in shots against per game. While both have been good on defense and have received good goaltending, both teams have struggled on offense this season. The Jets rank 21st in goals per game and 20th in shots per game. The Wild rank 24th in goals per game and 18th in shots per game. This will be a lower scoring game and the under will hit. Take the under, 5.5 goals. Edmonton Oilers vs Colorado Avalanche. Colorado was able to escape with an overtime win against the Anaheim Ducks by a score of 5-4. Mikko Rantanen and Nathan MacKinnon each scored twice in the victory, while Devon Toews provided 3 assists. MacKinnon had a team-high 9 shots on goal, and Pavel Francouz stopped 19 of 23 shots in the win. As expected, MacKinnon is the leader on the team with 107 points, but Rantanen is right behind him with 102 points to his name. MacKinnon is the leader in assists with 68, while Rantanen has the most goals on the squad with 54. MacKinnon is second in the league in shots with 350 and is 4th in the NHL with 1.57 points per game played on average. However, the lack of depth might be the reason Colorado is not able to repeat as champions. As a team, the Avalanche are 11th in the NHL with 3.35 goals per game, but are 8th in shots with 33.4 per game. Their kryptonite is on the face-off circle, where they are 28th in the league with a 46.6% win rate. However, they are 5th on the power play with a 25.1% success rate with a man advantage. On defense, Kale Maker is the offensive asset that makes the team the juggernaut that they are. Maker has the most ice time on the team and leads nearly every offensive category among defensemen for the Avalanche. However, pickdawgz has the best plus ratio with plus 38. Colorado is ranked 16th in the penalty kill, with a 79.1% kill rate and a top 10 unit in goals against per game, with 2.73. It is interesting to note that they are 15th in shots allowed per game with 31.1, which proves that the new goaltenders have stepped up with the departure of Darcy Kuemper. Alexander Georgiev has been the starter with a 2.54 GAA and a .919 save percentage. Pavel Francouz has slightly worse stats, but has only won 8 of the 16 games he has played. Colorado has half a dozen players on the injured list including Maker, Manson, and Helm. All players except Bowen Byram are out indefinitely. This will be a close matchup, but the injury to Cale Makar is significant enough for me to take the Oilers on the road. Interestingly, both teams have better records on the road as opposed to at home. Edmonton has been dominant in their winning streak, while Colorado squeaked by the Anaheim Ducks in overtime. Edmonton has lost their last 6 games in a row against Colorado, including last year's conference finals. While some may think that is a hindrance, I give the advantage to Edmonton due to their desire for revenge. If this game goes into an offensive battle as I expect it to, I have more confidence in the Oilers to score more than the Avalanche. Take Edmonton Oilers money line. The injury to Cale Makar will impact the total of the game significantly, since it will force Colorado's other defensemen to step up. Edmonton's offense has scored at least 3 goals in 18 of their last 19 contests, and both teams shoot at a higher rate. When 2 of the top 5 players in shot production are going at it, it is too hard to bet on the under in this case. Considering Edmonton averages just under 4 goals per contest, I expect them to reach their average in this game. I also believe this will be a 1-goal game, so a 4-3 finish would not shock me at all. Both squads have excellent power play units and mediocre penalty kills. If the game gets chippy and results in more penalties, you can expect each team to take advantage at least once. Our total pick is over 6.5 goal. Seattle Kraken vs Vegas Golden Knights. The Golden Knights dropped their most recent game to the Dallas Stars in a shootout, losing by a score of 2-1. Brett Howden provided the lone goal for the Vegas squad, and Pavel Dorofeyev had a team-high 5 shots on goal. Keegan Kolesar and Ben Hutton provided the assists, while Jonathan Quick stopped 24 of 25 shots in the effort. The Golden Knights are having an average year on offense, ranking 14th in the league in goals per game with 3.25, and shooting only 31.6 shots on average, ranking 15th in the NHL. Their power play is ranked 18th at 20.3%, but their face-off percentage is at a solid 52.2%, ranking 8th overall. Jack Eichel is the leading point getter for the Golden Knights with 65, but Chandler Stevenson is close behind with 63 points. Eichel has the most goals with 27, while Stevenson has a team-high 48 assists. Jonathan Marchessault has the most power play goals with 8, and Eichel has the most power play assists among forwards with 12. Marchessault has a team-leading 228 shots this season, and Eichel has the best plus ratio among offensive skaters with plus 25. Keegan Kolesar is the primary player in the penalty box for Vegas with 68 minutes. Mark Stone is leading in ice time among the forwards with 19:22 of ice time. On the defensive end, Logan Thompson and Adin Hill have been splitting time in between the pipes. While they both have solid numbers at 2.65 and 2.50 GAA and .915 save percentages, injuries and inexperience led the Golden Knights to acquire Jonathan Quick, a Stanley Cup champion on multiple occasions. Vegas has a scoring defense just outside the top 10, with 2.79 goals surrendered per game on average. They are giving up 31.0 shots per contest on average, ranking 14th in the NHL, and their penalty kill is just above 75%, ranking 20th in the league. Alex Pietrangelo has the most points among defenders with 53, and while he has the most ice time among all Vegas players, Alec Martinez has the best plus ratio on the team with a plus 26. Pietrangelo is leading all Vegas skaters with 12 power play assists and has the most shots among defenders with 170. Vegas has just under a dozen players currently listed on the injury report, including an incredible 3 goaltenders. Martinez and Smith are the only players not listed as out for tomorrow's contest. Some big names on the injured list include Eichel, Robin Lehner, and Theodore. Although it is tough to bet against the current number 1 seed in the West, the injuries to several key players including their top scorer makes me feel more confident in my pick. Seattle has the number 3 seed in the Pacific in their sights, and considering their recent run, I expect them to continue their momentum. Both teams have performed better on the road as opposed to at home, and while Vegas has won 6 of their last 10, it has not been easy victories you would expect from a potential number 1 seed. On the 25th of November, Seattle were underdogs at a money line of plus 165, and those who bet on Seattle profited heavily. This is your chance to do the same again. Take Seattle Kraken money line. With the stakes this high, I expect a greater emphasis on defense and limiting mistakes on each side. Jonathan Quick has been decent since he has arrived to Vegas, and another Stanley Cup run from him seems more possible by the day. Jack Eichel's injury will more than likely the scoring opportunities for Vegas, and Seattle has one of the better defenses in limiting shots against them, while ranking near the bottom 10 in shots produced per game. I would not be surprised with a 3-2 result at the end of the game. The Kraken have totaled 6 goals or less in 6 of their last 10 outings, while Vegas has totaled under 6 goals in 3 of their last 6 contests. Our total pick under 6 goal. Vancouver Canucks vs Anaheim Ducks. The Vancouver Canucks have been an average offensive team so far this regular season, as they have scored 268 goals so far, which is 13th in the NHL. They have 7 different players on the injury report, so the lines are going to be different. They have been right around average on the power play, as they have scored 58 goals on 263 power play attempts, 22.05%. They also have been shooting a point more than average as they have an 11.1 shooting percentage thus far. The Anaheim Ducks have been struggling to score the puck so far as they have posted 204 total goals, which is 31st in the NHL as of this writing. They 6 players out on the injury report and expected to be potentially the rest of the season. They are a handful of points below average, as they have scored on 35 of their 222 power play attempts this season, 15.77%. The Ducks have also been below league average shooting at 8.9% so far. John Gibson has struggled this season as the starting goaltender for the Anaheim Ducks, as he is 14-38 with 3.99 goals allowed per game and a .899 save percentage. He last played on Saturday in a loss against the Oilers, as he finished allowing 5 goals on 36 shot attempts. As a team, they are allowing the most goals allowed with 330 goals given up. They have been killing penalties poorly as they have killed 194 of 268, 72.39% of all their penalties thus far. The ability to score on the power play is critical to get wins, and there is a massive difference in this game, as Vancouver is 12th with a 22.1 power play percentage, while Anaheim is all the way down at 30th, with just a 15.8 power play percentage so far. Their defense as of late shows a divide too, with the Canucks allowing 2.75 goals in their previous 4 games, while the Ducks are giving up 4.8 goals in their last 5 games. The Canucks have won 4 of the last 5 games against the Ducks, so go with the Vancouver Canucks to win here on the road. Take Vancouver Canucks. Neither team has been doing well at finding the back of the net as of late, with Vancouver scoring 2.25 goals in their previous 4 games, while Anaheim is averaging 2.6 goals in their last 5 games. A big reason is throughout the season, neither team is shooting enough, as the Canucks are 22nd, with 29.8 shot attempts per game, while the Ducks are 29th with 28.3 shot attempts throughout the season. The under is 19.83 in their last 30 games against one another, so go with under 6.5 goals in this game.